Hi, welcome to the Ring and All Other Sports. My name is Leo Connors. I'm your host, and tonight I got a special Thursday night edition. I got my co-host Maverick Wild, Mav, my guest Kid Crazy, Jared Hall, Hugo Brito.
For having me.
No problem, anytime. We're gonna do a little differently tonight, guys, because I just think it would be better with the time to get more better stories. So I'm just gonna get into fan questions right away.
Let's do it.
Big Jim Sargent, not really much, but a little tiny question. For Kid Crazy, my first match was against you, and I thought it was fine. Why do you think you were so bad to me? Nothing but respect, bro.
Because the booker came up to me and said he was a state trooper, and might have, I don't know, might have been doing some weird things beforehand, but that might have not been going straight down with a state trooper. But I think I was totally nice to him. Don't remember anything about the match. I remember I didn't get paid by what's his well, I'm not going to bury anybody, but I'm sure we'll get to that later on.
All right.
I'll try and assist in that.
Yeah, go ahead.
There we
Push
go.
forward. Watch out for your kid, bro.
Dave Padula. Not really a question. I remember the first day Kid Crazy's dad brought him to training in the ring, and Matt and Kyle's Storm had set up. I was already in the ring, and Kid gets in the ring, and his dad says, "Go ahead, don't hold back, beat him up." He's a great guy, and Kid became one hell of a worker.
He doesn't know me that well.
No, he doesn't. I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
All right.
No, he's cool. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I met with I don't even know how I got in touch with the Storm Brothers in Providence. Lived on the perfect street in Providence,
Yeah.
Chad Brown Street. If you just walk down the street like 20 seconds, there's always a gunshot.
Nice. So,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
what a
go
great
down.
neighborhood.
That's where we would set up the ring, and we'd just bump around.
In
And,
Rhode Island.
perfect spot.
All right. Scott King, another kind of not a question, though. I would be more than happy to set up another training. I really enjoyed it. Let me know when it will work, and let me know when your interview comes out. I would love to listen to the interview. Thanks.
Can we bury
It'll be
Scott?
up in a little
Yes,
while.
let's bury Scott. Go ahead, give it a start.
No.
All right, I'll give it a whirl.
I can't bury
No
him.
one's gonna. You want to bury Scott?
He
You
doesn't
don't
even
even know him. So you
Actually,
can-
no, he does.
You
He
do.
does. Yeah.
Then bury
He did
him.
a training section with us once at the school, and actually I really liked it. I hope he comes back for it.
Yeah, he every once in a while. I used to go to the place where he started training at this showcase school in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. I had gum in my mouth.
Sorry.
Really professional of me.
It's all right. There's no professionalism here.
Yeah,
at all,
I
so don't worry
guarantee
about
you,
it.
I will hold you to that regard. And so I was going down there regularly to train with him and a couple other guys, and I would bring Scott in to do some trainings once in a while. I think he did like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just a wealth of knowledge.
Right.
He's the guy that actually, him and himself and Steve Ramsey, a couple other guys, they're the ones that really got me a good, nice little break into indie wrestling. They taught me how to work
Right.
outside of just crappy backyard indie wrestling matches.
All right. This is from me. Who was your favorite opponent?
Hey, that's weird. Yeah. Well, let's So outside of no, calm down, young man. No, actually, Mav is one of my favorite opponents. He's one of the only guys that could go an hour without. Yeah, not to break the whole. Is this a whole Kiz Fizz thing, or
No,
can we?
no.
Oh,
I
it's
think
all the
it's been
boys
broken
walk?
a long time ago.
Okay, so he's the only guy that could actually go an hour without calling anything, without finishes.
Now
or
I go along
anything.
with that at the buffet table.
Oh yeah, look at this guy. No, he's one of my favorites. Dr. Harris, definitely worked all up and down everywhere with him. But there's a bunch of guys. I definitely can't say who my favorite is.
Right. How about you? Any favorite opponent so far?
I've had a few matches. I haven't had like a lot, but
Right.
but one of the opponents that I really like to work with is Scott Levesque.
Yep.
I feel like we have a lot of chemistry going on, and Buddy Romano is also one of the people that I had a storyline going on with. So those are two of my favorites, and of course Crazy here. I've had a
course.
few matches with.
Nice.
He
Okay.
has to say that.
How about did you hate like working with anybody? Like when you found out you were working with them, you were just like, that's.
Oh
come
God,
on."
that list is a lot longer. Hey, calm down, sweetheart. Watch that
Hey, we'll
finger.
get to your interview. Then you can bury-
Aren't you on in the next couple of weeks? Keep that finger down. Nah, there's actually I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but there's been times where I've walked into a locker room.
Right.
So
and
I'm
I've
gonna
looked at
cut
the
it
sheet.
here. I can think of one that may not have been your favorite or your favorite.
What's that?
Remember the time you almost got me sued by I almost get disbarred by the New Hampshire Boxing and Wrestling Commission.
Oh, and I
when
almost lost my
running shows.
license?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Oh, that was fun.
No, come on.
Oh, no, let's
That's
tell
it?
No,
all right.
that's a good story. You remember the kid's name? I don't even know the
No,
kid's
not for the life of me.
name. He was training. Go ahead, you started.
So I was training this kid, and
Yeah.
we were running these shows in this tiny little
Where
hall
was
in
that?
Keene, New Hampshire. Keene, New Hampshire. Yes, they had their Valentine's Day decorations up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Nice.
So you'd see it on tape. And
You
there'd
gotta
always
stay
be
consistent.
a nice paper mache heart hanging from the ceiling. And so I put this kid, it was his first match, and kid had done a lot in the backyard, and we took him and trained him for a good 4 or 5 months.
Right.
And we told him a bunch of times, this isn't probably as pre-programmed as you think this is. So I grabbed him. I said, "You want to have this kid's first match with him?" "Yeah, sure." So
I don't care. I don't even remember what we were doing, but there was a long. I think we had that was like a Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I think we had either a show the night. I think we had a show the night before. I know I was with Heresy, and I don't know what. I know we got lost on the way to the show, and I showed up like 10 minutes before the match.
yeah.
Just enough time to pull my tights on, pull my knee pads on, pull my tights on, and lace up my boots. And then enough time to walk into the bathroom and just throw cold water over my head. And Mav comes into the bathroom and he's like, "Hey, this is the kid's first match, so if you want to go over anything with him, now's probably time." I said, "No, I'll figure it out." That's just the way. That's just the way I've always been. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk or anything. It's just the way I've always been. And then when we get out there, I don't think I've ever had any more trouble with some kid before. I was always able to put somebody in their place, but this kid was just a worm, and I ended up just having to. I actually didn't beat him up, but I think I gave him maybe a couple of pops.
It was definitely what I said. He thought it
Right.
was not going to be quite as live as it really
Wow.
is.
Yeah,
And so, anyways, the part he doesn't see is all of a sudden I get an email from who at the time was Steve Boucher. I don't know if he's still with the Boxing and Wrestling
Okay.
Commission. Steve Boucher. He said, "I don't mean to do this to you, but you have to respond to this. You have to respond to this complaint by this kid's mother." Now he was over 18,
Right.
but his mother
Oh, my God.
wrote a letter
What a winner!
Wow.
saying that the match got too real.
Right.
And she wanted my license revoked and wanted his license revoked. And I had to write a letter and explain, and,
Right.
and luckily that night I had a half an hour, 2 out of 3 falls match with somebody, and one of the kids complained, but he didn't talk anything over with me. And I had done half an hour with Tim Walker and talked over precisely one thing that we
Right.
changed, and so it was just
So, needless to say, he never showed up again.
No, I never saw him
Yeah,
again. I don't
did he-
remember
you
the
never
kid's
showed
name.
him again?
Never saw him again. How would
I wish I remember that kid's name.
Because, then somebody would have really beat the crap out of him.
I'd love to hang out with that kid. He seemed like a really good guy.
All right, next question is from Jim Crockett. He wants to know, how did you get booked in
Jim
California?
Crockett?
Yep.
So slow
Carolinas.
slow day for questions.
He really
You'll
got
like
bored,
this.
huh?
How'd you get booked in California?
No, I was living in Colorado for a while as a ski patroller, and my body was just falling apart with my knees and my back. So me and my buddy Nate, we moved to LA, and we were out there. I went back to finance and stuff like that, and I don't know who started it. Well, I know a few people in LA, and they just got me booked on some shows out there.
Cool.
We did the the Coliseum out there, or we did some
The
pretty
Olympic
big
Coliseum?
No.
Oh.
No,
like that before,
I don't think that's there anymore.
Right.
No, it's a pretty big place. But we did some pretty good shows out there.
Yeah.
But that was only like 9 months.
Right.
Nothing
Now
special.
you were El Tornado or Kid Tornado out there?
No, I was ski crazy out there.
Okay, all right.
That was way past. kid.
Now, all right, so
Tornado.
Angela Mosca wants to know.
This is awesome.
What's up with the tornado names? El Tornado and the Tornado Kid. I'm just curious.
So, all right.
Just curious.
Yeah, definitely. The tornado thing came up because there was a commission at the time where you couldn't be under the age of 18 to get a wrestling license.
Right.
So, for some reason, these geniuses, if you were under a mask, they thought, the guys they can't take their masks off.
Right.
So, if you're under a mask, all you have to do is put your mask on and say you're 18, and these guys will just write you a license.
Right.
That's all it took.
Did they ever ask for ID? Just hand them a picture.
No, just be like, hey, look at me.
Right.
You
I am
know?
L18. Yes.
right?
So you can go anywhere with a mask and be over 18.
Oh, dude, they wheeled me into carts into place with a mask on. I swear on my life. And then I got a license in New Hampshire. Actually, no, I didn't even need the mask in New Hampshire. Stupid shit. And Maine, I definitely needed the mask. And I think they had something going on in Massachusetts, but Rhode Island, some guy randomly showed up, and I had to. I don't think I got a license, but we had to pay some guy like $50.
Really?
Just to get the hell out of the building.
Right.
But now I don't think that the position exists in Rhode Island.
Okay.
That was a long time ago.
Tony Falk from down in Memphis wants to know, who was your old tag team partner? Lionel.
You lost me there. Lionel?
Yeah, Lionel.
Lionel.
I saw it on that wrestling database there. Matches, you
Maybe
took
Andre
on Lionel.
Lyons?
Andre Lyons? No.
Nope. I think it was Kenny from the Spirit Squad.
Oh, Kenny?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just, he's from Heritage's areas. What, Southbridge or?
Right.
No, Duxbury or something like that.
So you wrestled with them or teamed with them?
Oh, no, I've known him since
Yeah.
he started. He's a good buddy. Oh, yeah, we did tag for a while, but nothing.
That's what it was then. That's what I thought it was. You guys were tag teaming.
Yeah, well, we weren't like a constant tag.
Right.
We didn't travel the circuit or anything like that, but yeah, we definitely teamed for a while, and then he went on to the developmental thing, did this WWE thing, and now
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's doing now. I think he's just making random towns now.
Does he still work for? I think he might still work for Dreamer.
Really, occasionally.
Yeah.
What I've seen of it, I mean, I pay attention less than anybody, for God's
Right.
sake. But I know he does a lot of personal training and things
Yeah.
of that nature. He's in really good shape.
Right. Oh yeah, he's wicked in shape.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him on Instagram. It's kind of embarrassing.
Really.
Yeah, he's just, look at me. He just wanted to beat the crap out of him.
All right. Let me bang out these last two questions, and then we'll go to the stuff Mavs got ready for. All right.
do it.
From Yoshi Kwan, from the grave. Who was your favorite tag team partner?
I have to be Dr. Heresy.
Okay.
There was times where him and I we wouldn't even, we'd be in the middle of a match and we wouldn't even be talking about the match. We would just be talking to each other about everything else going on in the world, and we would just fall into place in the match. He would ask me about something stupid outside of the ring, and all of a sudden I'd just grab something. We clicked together so well. We had
Right.
just the mental capacity of not the mental capacity, just the mental, what do you call that? Just the,
Cohesiveness.
well, you can use that
Something like
word.
that.
Spell that.
Have you had any tag team matches?
Yeah, I've had tag team
Who'd you
matches.
team up with?
Team up with Carlos. He's up and coming too. And,
Just his name is just Carlos.
Carlos Esteban.
Esteban,
Yeah,
okay.
I teamed
It's
up
just
with him a
Carlos.
few
I'm
times.
just kidding. I was
Actually,
gonna
I
give him
teamed
a hard
up.
time.
One of my favorite matches I had was a match I had in Taunton, my hometown, was with Vega and Carlo Vinton. We tagged together and we faced Blair Romano and Skull Levesque.
Okay.
So that was one of my favorite matches we had.
Nice. Now, you definitely aren't born and raised in Taunton, so where are you from?
I'm from the Azores, the
where?
islands. The Azores, Portugal.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Nice. There's a lot of Portuguese people where I grew up in Lowell.
Yeah, born and
It's
raised
a
there.
lot.
Oh, no, it's perfect.
All right. Last question. Who was your worst tag team partner?
Oh, God.
You gotta have one of those.
I
too.
do.
Is it Sandy?
Sandy style.
No, not
No,
Sandy.
it was your boy, but I don't want to Flash.
Oh, he's fine. You just got to get along.
Flash Fahrenheit.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He wasn't my favorite either.
Yeah, nobody.
I love Paul.
Yeah, I
I
think
do.
this is his number one and
Right.
only fan.
I love the guy.
All right. So, Matt,
Yes.
what do you got for him?
Jump in.
Sure.
Jump in, yes,
So,
please.
We kind of stole my thunder a little with the whole Maine Commission and stuff like that.
Ah, look at this guy.
Now it's
Hey,
with
get
you started.
You
with,
did
with
it, I didn't. I
Steve
didn't
and,
even know
and
about it.
Scott, didn't you? Is that where you started? Right up
No.
in Maine? Really?
No, I started so I think I said earlier, I don't know how I got started with the Storm Brothers in Providence. I think it was like back in the AOL days.
Yep.
And I met one of them and just started going down to their place when they set up the ring and just bumped around a few places. And I'm still really good friends with Matt Storm to this day.
Because I didn't really meet you until you were a good 5 years into it. I think maybe 4.
I started in '97. I think you came into EWA up in Maine in like 2000 or 2001.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, something
Chronologically, I'm terrible.
Yeah, you're miserable.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
embarrassing. just shut up. No, but
See ya.
we'll talk to you later, buddy. Yeah, Bill's on you. We'll see you at the bar. But then I started with Johnny Curtis and our other friend Ryan, who's no longer in wrestling anymore. His nickname was Dumpy, but I can't remember what his name was in the. I can't remember what our thing was, but we were part of the Hardcore Inso in EWA, and then finally Scott knew. It's kind of funny. Scott knew that I was a worker, and I was working a bunch of places, and I was working every weekend constantly. But Steve Ramsey, who's another one of my closest friends, he's a beautiful guy, and but he always he's like, hey, send me a tape. I really want to see a tape of you. And I'm like, dude, get out of my face. But Scott's like, dude, I've seen you. You know how to work. And then eventually, I think we were in Wakefield, Massachusetts, and then Scott just came up to me one night. He's like, hey, you're working with Kurt tonight. You know, Nick Barbari's kid?
Yeah.
Kurt?
Yeah.
I can't remember his gimmick.
Yeah.
Purdy Curdy.
Yes.
Oh, Kurt Adonis.
Yes.
Still does ring announcing and stuff.
Is
Right,
he really?
yeah. For
he does.
NEW, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He's a nice guy.
The nicest guy in the
Wicked nice.
world. Got an awesome job too. I don't know if he's still there. He was working for ESPN for a little while.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'm just spilling out people's personal information.
What's your social security number?
You know what blood type is?
Oh, what banks are you?
Yeah, let's get going. There's a but I ended up working with him for like 20 minutes, and in that 20 by 20 old Vince ring.
Oh, is that the old EWA ring that was?
That was an old Vince ring. That was
I
an
tell
old,
you, I don't want to make this about me.
Let's do it.
You guys brought that up to Vermont one time, and
Oh, I remember. I was there that night.
One of the first times I probably met you, and I remember I took one fall in that ring. I literally rolled out and I said, "I'm taking the rest of them on the floor because at least I know what I'm getting into."
Dude, that was before the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
stiff.
That was-
Oh my God!
It was before the show.
literally landing on a pile of cinder blocks.
He fell in the ring. He's like, nope, that's fine. I'm all set. You want me? I'll be able to.
God, that thing.
Yeah, that was the same night the two guys jumped the rail on me and Larry Huntley of all people freaking grabbed one of the guys in a chokehold. I didn't even get to kick the guy in the face. I'm just standing back. So I drift off a little bit. You're gonna have to bear with me. Go ahead.
Well, Sparta stories. Tell us some Sparta stories.
Now
Come on.
I worked for Fred. I never worked for Mike. I met Mike on Fred shows. What was that like?
Yeah.
That was the best time of my life. I will never have a more, I don't know, just amazing time in my life. He would call me. We would have a show on a Friday. He always did weekend things once a month.
Yep.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And he would call me on a Thursday at like 4, and he'd fire me for a reason that I had no idea. Like, he'd just leave me a voicemail, and he's like, Kid Crazy, listen, I don't want you showing up. I don't want to even know your name. And then he would just, like, hang up the phone. And I'd be like, what happened? And then I'd get another voicemail at, like, 8 o'clock. And he's like, I'll see you tomorrow, 4:30, 5 o'clock the latest. And I'm, what happened? Like, I'm looking at my phone. This is, like, flip phones back in the day. Like, when did this come in? Like, and you're trying to, so you call him back. And he's like, Kid Crazy, I still don't want to hear from you. And so you have no idea what's going on. He called him the next day. He's like, all right, I'll see you at 4:30. So it's like back and forth. So you get on the drive there, and you're like, geez, I really hope something goes this way. But it always worked out. Me and Mike always had a really good relationship, but I have seen some amazing things when it comes to Mike's Sparta stories. Oh, some amazing things.
Well, let's hear one.
Are they past the statute of limitations?
I think it's 7 years after, isn't it like rape or death
And if
or
you want, you can
murder?
even leave the names out. And
No,
just,
let's keep the names in.
Hey, here we go.
I promised I was not going to bury anybody, especially myself, but you know what? I threw that towel right on the
Nice.
table. Let's see. I've seen All right. This is I'm trying to like pick a good story out that I really shouldn't say to bury some people. But there was one night where Mike was the first guy that actually brought WWE guys in or WWF guys in for developmental things. He didn't have like a developmental deal or anything.
Right.
But like back in the day, Vince had like those Dory camps.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did he bring him in off the Dory camps?
Yeah, he brought him
must
off
have.
Dory
Okay.
camps. Like he brought Bradley and
Yeah. Right.
Kurt Angle. And so we were always around like good workers and stuff, but that was before they got moved up to TV and stuff.
Right.
But it was so much fun because they were really good. But he also got sucked into the ECW thing,
Yeah.
where he was bringing ECW guys, and those ECW guys were a little bit.
Dicey.
Well, you know, I might have a kind of a bad reputation of liking to have a good time once or twice, but these guys were even worse than I am.
Right.
And these guys, there were times where people would be passed out on a metal table when their music was playing. And we might have rolled them into a different room and closed the door a couple of times where Mike Sparta would lose his mind
Not knowing where
running
he was.
around, punching people's bags. I don't know why he was punching bags. And just yelling, just non sequiturs. and until finally we decided to like wake somebody up and they would stumble out to the ring and have their amazing match. And that was every single weekend we used to do that. But it was, and I can't even think of more Mike Sparta stories that I can say on air. I swear to God, I'd be afraid that somebody gonna meet us outside, and I'm gonna have like my hands behind my back, and I'm gonna have to have my fingers on one of those gimmicks, answering yes or no questions. It was a good time though.
Yeah.
If I could go back to those days, I would go back immediately. It was so much fun.
Right.
I never had so much freedom.
You think your kidneys and liver would survive? Or?
They're having difficulty right now. I think my doctor would advise me not to, but no, there were times where I would go there right now. It was so much fun. But
Right.
those things would never happen in today's wrestling. It's
Right.
completely different. Yeah, kids. Like kids. I'm really supposed to say the word kids, right? But people today, they would never be able to make it through those type of shows. It was amazing. Your blood pressure was up. Your
Yeah.
heart rate was up. You keep asking Mike, hey, am I getting paid tonight? He's like, don't worry, I take care of you. And he's just shaking a pill bottle. He's like, "Ah!" And yeah, I can't pay my bills with 7 somas, brother.
Right.
That won't get me till midnight.
God. You go. When did you first see pro wrestling?
Well, before you answer that, you do realize this is the how not to example, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no,
think
he
he
knows.
already knows that. Yeah, I'm sure he already
We've been
knows
close
that.
for a while, so he gets to get me.
Obviously I grew up in the Azores in an island called Terceira, and over there, like, my friends grew up watching wrestling. So I was always like the younger kid around
Yeah.
them. So, they showed me the first show I remember. The first memory I have is a SmackDown show.
Okay.
It was on TV. It was usually on Saturdays. That's
Yeah.
the time. And I remember watching it, and I fell in love with
Right.
it right away.
Yeah.
So when I moved to the United States, I was like, I want to find the wrestling school, and I want to train. And I first started training in Orlando, actually, in
Okay.
Florida.
And who was that with?
I believe in wrestling,
Oh, okay.
the wrestling
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. Nice.
Did you get anything else besides the WWE product out in Portugal?
No.
Probably not. Yeah,
That's
what I
we
was
do
thinking.
have we have wrestling over there, like, but it's in the mainland. We have wrestling schools.
Right.
But obviously, I'm not gonna fly to the mainland.
Right.
so,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not
Nice.
like they could get like Puerto Rico out there or
Yeah.
anything.
Right.
There's nothing else that can go float out there.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Dr. Heresy, you worked for him in this company, right? What was that?
That was EWA basically version
Yeah.
2. I was actually financially involved with that at one
Oh,
point.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I
Any-
was involved too.
That was-
I'm the one that grabbed those couple of buildings up on Route 2. We just passed Route 2. I was telling him when we were coming up here, Route 2 is the worst wrestling
Yes.
road.
Oh,
Is it really?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Terrible.
my God. especially when it's raining, a little bit of snow.
Right.
Especially after you go to the restaurant, the bar after
Yeah.
the show.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's running you off the road.
Especially
Right.
the Athol Orange area.
Oh
That's a
my
sketchy
God,
bar.
Orange! God damn!
Orange, Massachusetts.
You're on Route 2 for. I'm sorry.
Get
Get that for you. But Orange was like 45 minutes.
That's not the first time it had bodily fluid.
Oh, you
weird.
like
I'm
that
not
one
even
too,
talking
huh?
about blood.
I
All right.
think is this a PG show?
You know what a kid said a couple weeks ago, right?
You got what?
We're dropping F-bombs.
Cocksucker. That's what- he's gonna edit it out from the TV part that
You
just
say
went on live.
cocksucker?
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Yeah, I asked
sweetheart.
him. I asked him who Dan DeMan was, and I guess he said it right. Because I mean, what kind of wrestling name is that, Dan DeMan? You
I don't
couldn't
even
come
know what
up
that
with
is.
anything better than Dan DeMan.
He put a lot of time into
He
that.
certainly did.
A lot of time and a couple of
No, but
Dan,
like,
man, he's a cocksucker.
so you guys were all a part of like the office, I guess, then of EWA. Is it
As
EWA?
it was, I think it was more of an actual office when Steve and Scott had it. you
Okay.
know?
No,
Yeah.
when Steven Scott had it, they had it down to their own science.
Right.
They were running it mainly out of the armory up in was it Portland?
Portland, but we did have some.
Yeah, you had
some
other
other
places.
gimmicks.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the best time of my life. I'll never. That's exactly where I learned how to like really work.
Right. With working with guys in the ring. Who was helping you?
Well, it wasn't so much like the guys were helping me. It's kind of like I to be honest, I actually learned in the ring.
Right.
Learned with guys I was working with, and learned with different guys
Right.
going out every night. Because it was like it's not like today. Like back then, we were doing, minimum it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes twice Saturday, twice Sunday. Sometimes
Right.
Thursdays, stuff like that. And but I was kind of learning in the ring. But that was like they had a group of talent that I was able to intermingle with and speak with that actually gave me the ability to learn.
Right.
Like before that, you would have never seen me cutting a promo or just working a match on the fly or anything like that. But after that, like might have became a total douchebag or anything like that. I was just I was one of those guys that's like, you want to talk to me before the match? You know what? I'll say hello and the rest will be in the ring. I'll see you out there, buddy.
Which was one of the things I was completely surprised with the first time I wrestled you. It was like, I went up to you and was like, I don't want to talk anything over, you know me. You want to talk over even less.
Oh yeah,
You're looking at me like,
It's
what a mouthy
cheating.
asshole. I don't want to talk to you.
yeah, I've been in sports my entire life,
Right.
baseball, football, everything, and wrestling. I started wrestling with my high school wrestling team when I was 10, just
Right.
because I met the high school wrestling team through my summer camp,
Yep.
stuff like that. I just became friends with them because they were all the summer camp counselors. And that we just wrestled around and stuff like that. And so they invited me to their summer practices. So I ended up just mat wrestling with them for a long
Right.
time. And then when I was 12, or 12, 13, I'm pretty sure I was 12, I ended up getting into pro wrestling. And I just kind of learned quick, and eventually
Right.
I just jumped into the ring and had matches. But it was kind of,
Right.
after, you have so many really awful, embarrassing, just despicable matches and stuff like that. Eventually, your mind just thinks, you know what, I could be doing a lot better than this. And then you start listening to people around you, and then you just jump into the intellectual part of wrestling.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is for me right now.
All right. Let's play the name game.
Let's do it.
I see that you
gonna be
tag
awful.
teamed with Frankie Armadillo.
That's my dude. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. He's
I
got
haven't either.
married.
It's been a long time since I've seen Frankie.
Yeah, he's got a really bad neck.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd heard.
Yeah, he hasn't had surgery.
Right.
But he rehabbed a long time. Got married a few years ago. He's got a little girl. Bought a house, and he's just doing the regular work thing. But once your neck is one of those things that you kind of, it's either a yay or nay
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Your body goes as the head goes, and your head can't
Yeah,
move.
Yeah.
like wrestling
It's
is
your
like,
body. Yeah.
Right. How about Chunky but Funky? You can talk about one of them, two of them, or all three of them.
Yeah, Sonny, I just talked to him today. We were hopefully going to meet up on our way up today, but Sonny had to go to work at 11, and he's getting out at like 9.
Right.
So we came up a little late because I had to go to my office. So and we'll probably be heading back by the time Sonny gets out of his place. So, but he said we'll meet up soon. But he's one of my boys, and Scott is like me. Ever since I met Scott, he's a high school teacher. He's a gym teacher at, well, I don't think he's a gym teacher anymore, but he's a basketball coach, football coach, everything coach.
Oh, nice.
At Bourne High School.
Why isn't he teaching anymore? Could Pastor Corey?
No, one of those gimmicks. They looked a little bit into his
Rejected.
background. That stamp
Sorry,
fell down
Scott,
very
getting around.
quickly. No, but ever since I met Scott, he's been one of my closest friends. The first night I got booked at Bourne High School, I was very, very young, and Scott's like, "I don't think you're booked here, kid." And I had my gear in my hand. I'm like, "They said I was booked here." He's like, "No, you're not booked here, kid." They said I was booked here. He's like, "You stay right here, kid." And I just stood there,
Right,
just sitting out the door like a bag of douche. And then all of a sudden, Scott comes out like 10 minutes later. He's like, "Yo, kid, I'm an asshole. You're booked tonight. Your first match, Johnny Idol and all these other guys." I'm like, "Okay, thank God." And I just like I'll fix that. All the sweat just like drained off my face.
So your
God.
first match there, right, was a 4-way?
No, it was on the road match.
Oh, okay. All right.
They had differences between house shows and road matches.
I got a name for you. Steve Ricard.
I have no problem with Steve Ricard. I've been around him a million times.
All right.
Used to be a big a tape guy.
Yeah,
stuff
I was
like that.
hoping for more than that because I thought
Nah,
they'd get me a little more.
I don't know him as well as you do, probably. Because
I know him pretty well.
I came in. Steve was just taking over. I don't even think Steve was taking over Eugenio when I was
Okay.
wrestling down there at that point.
What year was that?
Oh my God, I was from '89 to around '93, '94.
Oh no, definitely not.
No,
I would
Right.
say I left there in like '99,
really
2000.
old, Hugo.
He probably took over there in like 2002.
And I'm older.
I say, but Steve Ricard's he's a good guy. I don't know what he thinks about me, but I'm gonna start caring now. He's cool.
I thought it was worse because he's the one that said, "Oh, don't say my name," or something. When Ryan said to say your name, Ryan Drew. I'll say that name next.
He
Ryan
said
Drew.
not to say his name.
Yeah. I think Ryan said.
So what
no,
should
I
I
think
say?
Ryan said. No, I think Ryan said to say Steve Ricard's name. But Ryan could have been, trying to make fun of Steve at the
I'm
time
at the
too.
age
So I
now.
don't really know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been around Ryan
Ryan's in
enough to know when
Ryan's
he's
in this
joking. When
constant
he's,
tug of war to take control of that company. Steve, I know that much.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
oh, you should have seen him talking to his trainees that night. Oh, I was dying laughing. He said he was going to be watching today. What's up, Ryan? Nick Steele.
That's my dude. Yeah, we've done a lot of things together. We've had a lot of fun together. Yeah, one of the last time I saw him, we actually took Frankie Vane to the hospital because he popped his shoulder out, and he was booked in a really bad match with a couple of marks, and somebody's dropped him on his shoulder, and his shoulder completely popped out, almost down to his elbow, and me and Nick. I swear I was completely sober. No, I'm serious. We actually pulled his shoulder back into his socket,
Right.
but he was still in a ton of pain. So we brought him down the street to the hospital, and they took x-rays and stuff, and they said his shoulder was back in place, but they wrapped him up and stuff
Right.
like that. And they said, whoever placed that shoulder was pretty good. And me and Nick looked at each other, and we were like, "We did it, buddy." And Nick was a total disaster.
Well, he's a monstrously strong man.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you're not going to get
he
anything
could have
over
put his arm
on
back
Nick.
and socket was on the floor for God.
You're not going to get anything over on Nick.
Bob Evans.
Bob Evans, I actually don't have that. You've got tons more experience with Bob Evans.
I do. Yes, I do.
I have
Anyone want to say your stories?
No, I don't have anything bad to say.
Stories?
No, stories. I'm not going to be buried. I'm
Not
just-
so much stories. I mean, I always go back and forth on Bob. We've had times where we were really getting along and
Right.
times where we haven't. Right now, we're getting along. I talk to him every
Till
once
after
in a
this?
while. Huh?
I'm just joking.
No, I'm not going to.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
I've known Bob for probably close to 30 years at this point.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to. I don't wrestle anymore. There's no need
Right.
to fracture the relationship at this point, And I'm not telling you anything Bob wouldn't tell you anyways,
Right.
because Bob will tell you these, You know, he didn't just burn bridges; he exploded them as he crossed them. So he'd be the first one to tell you that. So
Right.
he develops more as a person every year. He seems to. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bob's chill.
You go.
It's okay.
Have you met any other, like a lot of local guys around here, guys to look up to? You know what I mean? Like in the locker room, let's say, like, I don't know. I know Don
Well, he met
Vega
him. How the
does.
hell's he gonna
yeah,
look forward
does
to
Poor
show
guy.
things, but is there any other guys that maybe have helped you out a little in the locker room? You know, a little advice here and there. Doesn't have to be anything huge.
Actually, when I was in Orlando, when I first started, Lince Dorado, who is now in the 205 Live in
Right.
the WWE, he actually, I got to train with him a few times, and that's something I can look up to because he's around my size.
Right.
Like, I mean, like, and I can definitely relate to that,
Yep.
and it's inspiration to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way to
he's
put
good.
over the locals,
He's
kid.
good too.
Yeah, that's right. Get those Florida guys over.
Right?
Mizar.
They got you on that one.
But I mean, Don Vega is definitely someone I look up to.
Right. Yeah, Don's a good guy.
Yeah.
Sheldon Goldberg.
I just don't have it. I don't ever think I worked for him.
Yeah, I don't think you have.
Oh, really?
No.
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 I've ran into him a bunch of times,
Right.
but I've never worked for him.
Okay.
He's always been nice to me, but you have.
No, I go on for an hour about Sheldon.
How much time we got?
No,
Well,
We still got 21
None of
minutes.
that. None of that would be bearing. I'm gonna play the name game.
You got a shovel?
I'll probably jump the gun on you. AJ Styles.
Oh, here
How
we
come you
go.
wouldn't join the prayer group?
What?
All right, that was.
Oh, he told me that story.
Oh, yeah, I got to hear this.
Nah, I actually didn't remember about that story until you sent it to me.
Remember it now, don't you?
I did.
You want me to fill in the blanks?
Well, I really don't care about anybody that's into religion.
Right.
Or I don't care about religion or
Yep.
whoever,
Teach
No, there's
their own.
nothing wrong with religion or, pretty much everything. But somebody gave me the Iggy, or what, actually, no, gave me the thing that I suppose, supposedly he's into praying before matches.
Right.
I don't know if that's true or not because I've never seen it. Because I've been to a bunch of, been in a bunch of locker rooms with him. But the first time I went down to TNA, somebody gave me the gig that AJ's into praying before matches, and we talked throughout the whole day. And he's a super cool guy. But before the last time we left, I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go chill." And there's a lot more to the story that I definitely can't say on camera.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go get changed. Let me go upstairs. I'll be good. And he went into there was like two kayfabe locker rooms. His was on the left. There was another one on the right. And I went and I got changed faster than anybody's gotten changed. And then I ran downstairs while AJ was still getting changed. And I ran around. And during that night, I hate dropping names. Should I? No, whatever. I don't care. But Kurt Hennig was there, like that, and he was like my favorite wrestler of all
Right.
time. And he was doing amazing things. He was ruining everybody's segments before the hand.
Right.
He was known for that.
Oh,
Right.
he was
I have a
hilarious.
story
That's
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, they did this segment where there was Jeff Jarrett and Mike Tenay were on the platform of the entrance.
Yeah.
Every time they got down to 20 seconds, he would wait until like 8 seconds and he would open the curtain and he goes, "Put Kurt over!" And they would ruin the whole thing. He's like, "Start over!" And I was like, yes!
That's awesome.
And I made friends with him. And but when somebody told me I was about to go out for the match with AJ, I think in like 4 or 5 minutes, something like that. I was like, I started sweating. I'm like, I can't pray with this guy.
Right.
This place is gonna burn in hell. I'm gonna die. He's gonna die. This entire arena is gonna die. And so I ended up like skipping around, and I'm like freaking around. And Kurt Hennig was like in the kayfabe locker room on the right. And he's like, "You praying with the kid?" I'm like, No. He's like, "Come in here, kid." And he put me in there, and they waited for AJ had to go out first.
Right.
And all of a sudden, they started here. Kurt was at the door, and you start hearing, "Crazy! And I'm like, he's like, "Wait. All right, go." And then he sent me out just in time to go out for my music. I was like, "Woo!" And then we went out and we did our matches. So everything went fine. But I got out of praying.
Right.
But I was with AJ at a bunch of locker rooms after that, and I never saw him pray before. I think
Right.
someone might have been ribbing me.
Well, when I did the catering jobs at the beginning in the Ring of Honor
Was he
shows,
praying?
I never saw any of that. I didn't even realize he was into religion till he became a bigger name. And was down in TNA and stuff, because at the beginning TNA was using guys right off the Ring of Honor roster.
Yeah.
You know, back in 2000. What? When did they start? 2 or 3? TNA.
I think the first time I went was like 2000, end of December 2002,
Okay.
2003.
See, it's funny that Kurt Hennig comes in that story because he's been known for doing that. He's been
right,
known for doing
yeah,
that
yeah.
for so many years.
That's
when
a-
I did
ah.
when I was doing TV, and I
Yep.
don't mean to hijack this. but
Yeah,
when
definitely.
when I was doing TV, you remember when they're trying to get Lex Luger over? He was going to be the next American
Yes,
hero
yep.
after Hogan, and they were coming to a major pay-per-view, and they had this thing where all the guys were supposed to show up and support Lex. And they were all
yeah.
at the end of the night. They're all coming to the ring they're all coming through the arena, through the crowd,
Right.
And they're all waving these little American flags and stuff like that, and with Lex in the ring. So Kurt Hennig could. Now I did WWE TV, and it was WWF at the time, and
Right.
it was the most organized thing you ever saw in your entire life. They had their crap down, and it was just everything was clockwork,
Right.
clockwork, bang, 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 keep time,
Yep.
time, and then Kurt would show up and screw everything up.
Oh, yeah.
He would come in, so. He's supposed to go out. He's a babyface at this time. He's supposed to go out for this Lex Express, show of support for Lex,
Right.
right? 5 minutes before they're supposed to do this. Nobody can find Kurt. The radios are going. Does anybody know where Kurt is? Psh, over. Where's Kurt? Anybody know where Kurt is? Anyone know where Kurt is? I think this was in Utica, New York.
Right.
So I'm not positive, but I think it was in Utica. So I'm like, well, whatever. I'm done for the night. I go out, and there was this door that went out from underneath the stands. I look to the left, and there's Kurt Hennig. And I look at him and go, hey, they're looking for you, right? He looks at me and goes,
Yeah. That's Kurt.
yeah. And then
Nice.
he burst out at the last second from
Right.
somewhere. It's the way he was.
That's
Just
awesome.
sneak out last second.
Yeah.
Those are good times.
How about Brickhouse Baker?
I've known him since I started. Like 22 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a fantastic guy. Such the nicest guy in the world.
Right.
He's
Have
always
you ever
willing-
worked for him at a House of Bricks?
No.
No.
I went to that show I was just talking about where Frankie Vane popped his shoulder
Yeah.
out. I just went to visit. That was the only time I ever went. I just that was the only show I ever been
Right.
to. But I never worked for him.
Okay.
Not really. I'm not active right now.
Right.
I mean, it would only
But
take.
when
me a
did you
little
have your last match?
I have no idea.
Really?
It's a couple of years ago.
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could
Just
I
a couple?
I could be in the ring tomorrow if
Right.
I wanted to. Not worried about it.
How about Jose Perez?
Good guy. Known him for a while. Nothing bad to say about him. He's
You guys think I'm not looking for anything bad to say, just so you
No,
know. You can
if
say good things
believe
about
me, if I
people.
have something bad to say, I'm gonna
Derek's
say
not
that.
here anymore. That's all my old co-host wanted was
He's
to
one of those guys who's
bury
gonna come up
everybody.
to you. He's gonna give you a handshake and
Right.
a hug, and he's gonna tell you I love you. And he's just. I think I've only worked with him once.
Okay.
Me too.
So, yeah.
How about a couple small guys? You brought them up early, at least one of them, Andre Lyons and the Mighty Mini, the A-list.
I love picking on Andre Lyons on the I was just gonna say Twitter. I don't even have Twitter.
On the Twitter book?
The Twitter gimmick, the Facebook deal.
Right.
I love picking on him. But no, he was a really good kid. He's just
Tough kid. Really tough.
yeah.
You're talking about,
Yeah.
I'm broken down with knees now. He was broken down with knees in his 20s. It was
Wow.
bad.
Yeah, he was really, really heavy before he lost all that weight.
Yeah, he just recently
okay.
lost a ton of weight.
Oh, did he? Nice.
I'm hoping
Good
I
for
can
him.
follow suit.
Well, no,
Right.
before he lost all that weight, he was
Yeah.
like 270 pounds or something.
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah, he was big.
So that takes a lot of
Yeah.
that puts a lot of weight on your
Oh,
knees, your
absolutely.
back, and stuff like
Yep.
that. And then he went down to what do you think, like 160, 165? He was pretty thin for a while.
Yeah.
Well, both those guys, I enjoyed watching them wrestle.
Oh, they're great. Mighty Mini, I actually
Yeah.
just talked to him yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah, I
We have a
know,
mini
I-
sighting.
I don't think I should have. Yeah, well, whatever. I can say that. I don't really give a shit. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, edit that gimmick there. No, he checks in on me. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
But he doesn't talk to anybody in wrestling, and he's a great worker.
Right.
A
Definitely.
fantastic worker. He's one of those kids that actually can go in there and
Yes, he could.
Pick it right
you don't-
back up, huh?
You don't have to talk to him about anything.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
Everything is just gonna be right there.
Nice. Vince Vicalo. Not Vern, Vince.
I don't know the other one, but yeah, I know we lost the building because of Vince.
There we go.
Somebody might have dropped a couple of beer bottles in the wrong spot.
I'm going to invade that because. So I made
You
the
weren't
mistake.
a part of that.
Well, no, I was. So I thought the drinking was a gimmick.
Right.
No, that was the shit, bro.
Yeah.
I made the mistake. Dr. Harris, you always hangs me with these words. I think I'd have good chemistry with this guy. Well, the chemistry that was going on was he drank a lot. So, I don't mean to cut him up. I see him online now. He seems to be relatively well adjusted at this
Drinks
point.
like
Yeah.
a fish.
But oh my God, did he drink?
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't he the one who was on the? It was the Cops knockoff where he got pulled over.
Well, I don't know about that, but
If I get the story wrong, I'm sorry, Vince, but I'm going to tell it anyways. He got pulled over by the cops, and they caught him with a road soda.
Right.
So they told him, all right, dump that thing out. He dumps it out in his own lap.
that's like
God, I hope I'm right. I hope I remember that correctly, because that is just
Right.
But,
immediately YouTubing that.
but I
right
remember
now.
I wrestled him a bunch of times and get so frustrated. It's like, why is this not working? You know, because I was arrogant. You know, I
Right,
thought I
right.
can make anything work.
He was so much fun.
Like he was, you know. And I used to watch him with John Walters. And
12-pack.
and they'd rip.
Could you imagine how he remembered that stuff?
Oh no, I don't.
Dude, I still can't. I worked with.
Maybe that was it. Maybe that was all he's going
That's
to
all.
remember.
Yeah,
That's it. I'm full.
they wrote it down in a drunken stupor. Just you can stay on this. Don't deviate.
Let's talk about some guys that I know you were around and now they're at in little bit bigger places right now. Warbeard Hanson, Handsome Johnny.
I've never actually worked with him.
Really?
I've just known him since he started.
Right.
Always been a fantastic worker.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
associated with him a lot of my shows, but yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. I've associated with
Yeah.
him as much as I can. He's the nicest guy in the world.
Right.
Actually, I think I just bounced around with him in the ring a few times before shows, but we never had matches or anything
Okay.
like that. But he was always like a good guy to have around.
Right.
Sure.
Former NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa.
Same thing.
Really?
Exactly same thing.
Wow.
Same,
Okay.
Very nice guy though.
Right.
Always used to come up to me and get crazy. What's up, buddy? And he would just shake my hand, give me a hug.
Right.
He was a super nice guy.
Well, this name be a problem. Dijak. Nothing, right?
That's
Because
Probably doesn't know him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right.
have nothing.
I
Go
know
ahead.
him a little.
Yeah.
I barely know
Okay.
him. The guy's a very good worker.
I hope that's bad.
no,
I
he's-
hope that's not bad. I mean,
No, he's good.
I seen you were in a match with this guy and he's never been brought up on this show. Don Juan DeSanto.
well, let's back up.
You know this already too?
No,
Back
he
up,
doesn't.
what's this?
I don't know what match you're talking about, but I've known him for 20-something years.
Right.
And you know what? He's actually pretty fantastic for the training and the
Right.
ability and the size that he has.
He entertained me when I saw him wrestle, seriously. I mean, I thought he was all right.
He could definitely have a good match. I'm trying to think of. And then you think of anything else?
What about him?
Yeah.
And Sandy probably knows this. I couldn't stand him when I first met him.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him.
Most people
Right.
couldn't.
No, but I got to know him afterwards, after
Right.
wrestling, and actually,
Yeah.
we go and geek out at superhero. He lives in Florida now. He came up a few times. We go watch
Okay.
superhero movies, and
Yep.
I don't know. Captain America was incredibly strong, and this one is the last one.
Listen, midget, would you like me to drive me to Walmart? Shut up, asshole. Get the hell out of my face.
Good guy. Looked okay in the ring when they saw him. You know,
Right.
I never wrestled him.
Yeah, this
Yep.
is 1998. Get the hell out of here, douche.
How about a guy that just came back to wrestling?
Yeah.
Chris Venom.
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah,
That's awesome.
He's very good. You know, I'll be honest. Does he watch this show?
I hope so.
Hey, do you watch this show? No, he was always very good.
Right.
And then he became very good, And then from what I know, I haven't seen his latest matches. He actually is better than when he was very good.
Nice.
So it's like a guy that I would it would be great to work with him again
Right.
once I'm back in working shape. And he's one of my closest friends personally.
Okay.
We've got our own. That sounds stupid. We've got our own handshake and everything
Ah,
like that.
I got one
All
of
right,
them with my
calm down.
grandson. He's 11.
Slow down.
No, I'm just messing with you.
I'm kidding with you, buddy.
How about Johnny Curtis?
Yeah, I talked to him the other day. He's doing good. He just got over knee rehab.
Okay.
Knee rehab? Knee rehab.
What do you have done?
Yeah. No, things happen.
How about Eddie Edwards?
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, I
Another
do.
one?
Yeah, that kid, I've always loved him. I think I've only worked with him once or twice,
Right.
like in a tag thing. But he's a fantastic worker and
he is.
awesome kid. He deserves. Is he like in the TMA?
TNA, yes.
Yeah.
Is he in TMA right now? Yeah, NWA TMA.
Too much
No, but
altitude?
he's there.
Too
I don't
much
think he's a
asshole.
champ right now, though. He's not the champ right now.
No,
is he?
no, he's not.
No, okay.
Yeah, he deserves
awesome.
a lot more than.
Right.
He's so much more talented.
All right. What about the rest of his crew? DC.
I love that kid. That kid's crazy. Well, he was crazy.
He was.
Right.
Yeah, we had such a good time. He was hilarious. And Steve Bradley, like God bless his soul, but he took him right under his wing and tried to teach him everything he could. And he was always right there, learned every single thing. And we always, every time, I never worked with him, but he would always come and ask for little tidbits and stuff
Right.
like that. But he always had very, I guess, like very positive, consequences.
Right.
Consequences, results.
I didn't really know him.
Okay.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Really?
I just
No.
think he was a great heel,
Little.
though. A great heel.
The few times I ran into him,
Yeah.
just a little.
He was
Well,
hilarious.
we're both loud and obnoxious, so that's a bad combination.
Yeah.
Right.
You're either getting along too well or not at all. And you
At the
just never
bar
get a chance.
afterwards,
Yeah,
just fighting afterwards.
That'd have been pretty loud. Yeah.
How about Sean Gorman?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know, Sean?
Oh, Sean that managed him? He used to manage Eddie and DC. Okay.
You go ahead.
No, I barely know Sean.
Okay.
Well, all right.
How about George
Fail.
Cal? George?
Oh, Jesus. Go ahead.
He used to book for NECW, and I know
Yeah.
George
I never worked for
just a
any-
little.
Okay.
I don't think he's the liaison for New Japan anymore.
No, but I think he's working as a producer for
For, Major
MLW.
League, yeah.
That's what I read that.
I have to do research before I come on. These, 'cause
Did
I
we
don't
have,
watch
should
them.
I have read? Jesus. His glasses just felt, they told me, asshole, you should have read.
How about Shockwave the Robot?
All right, we need to calm down.
Did you wrestle him?
Oh, did I wrestle him?
Oh, that sounds good. I don't know this one.
Oh, did I wrestle him?
Yeah.
Every single match he had in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Did
bag
Mike
of
bring him
shit. I'm sorry, did he bring him in?
Yeah, that was one of Mike's guys.
I don't know. Well, you could call him Mike's mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was terribly awful.
But you don't like throwing water on him. His computer board fries.
No, the kid, he did that gimmick where he tries to do the computer thing, and I was like, nope, not happening.
I think I've
I
seen one
arm
of those.
dragged right out of his shoes.
I think I've seen that gimmick at Beyond Wrestling.
Yeah,
shows.
he did a couple
Yeah,
of those day
I've seen
shows. I
that.
know that.
That mistake, you mean? Yeah, I locked out with him, and I collar rolled him, and I grabbed on him, and I was like, "You're doing what I tell you." And we actually got into a fight one night in Bridgewater.
Brought up the right name.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I brought him into the corner, and I was like, "Put your hands up and fuck it." Oops, sorry. I was like, "Sell the punch, and we'll go into a punch spot." And I was just so mad, I just punched him right in the face. I'm sorry, I don't really do that anymore. What camera's on me?
That one. It was the one.
Hey, sorry guys.
All right.
I don't do that anymore.
How about El Mascarado?
Bert. Bert's a
Oh yeah, Bert's cool. Yeah, I worked for him up in starts with an L, right?
Laconia.
No, it was Massachusetts. Well, Leominster. No, right? He used to run a good show up in northern Mass.
Right.
and he used to run a really good house. And it was like myself, Max Bauer, Chili Simonte, Kevin Bowe, and somebody else. And we had like an awesome match.
Right.
And I worked with him worked for him like twice or something like that. I worked with him. He got put for Sparta a couple times.
Yep.
Had a good time with him and Spartas, and he's a very nice guy.
Okay.
I got one.
Go
Ever
ahead.
work for Rocky Raymond?
Let's do it.
We had 2 minutes to devote to
Did
this.
you work for Rocky? Yeah.
Oh my God! Accidentally, somebody called me.
This has gotta be good.
And the
This will
shit-
take us to the end most likely.
Yeah, I got a weird call from somebody I never knew before, and he talked like an idiot. And he said, "Hey, crazy kid." And I said, "Nobody called me crazy kid unless they know me. Who's this?" He said, "It's Raymond." And I said, "Raymond? Who's Raymond?" And he said, "It's Rocky Raymond." Okay, you could have said that. And he's like, "You coming to work for me?" He used to do this fair up in South Massachusetts, South Coast Massachusetts. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there. Let's do it. What's the the deal? What you get paid and stuff like that."
Right.
It was fine. And he's like, "All right, come on up. Let's do the whole thing." The guy walked around the freaking ring with a microphone, and he's announcing merchandise and ticket sales. There's no ticket sales at a fair.
Right.
People just walking in the fair, and there's a wrestling show that just shows up in front of your face, as if somebody's trying to trick people into
Right.
walking into some imaginary booth just to pay for. I remember sitting on the side of the ropes, and I'm like, "There's no way some asshole is gonna pay a ticket
Yeah.
to get into."
To a free
They
show.
can just stand right there and see the whole show. He still walks around the ring in the middle of my match. He's right next to me. I swear to God, I almost kicked him in the head. But I was about to tag in. I tagged in. And I said, "That asshole, he better get the hell out of here." And but then I had to leave at the end, right at the end of the second show. And he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, did you steal the tag belts?" Like, asshole. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't have your tag belts. And he's like, "All right, I'm going to dock your pay for tomorrow." I said, "No, you're not. You're going to leave me on my pay right now."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was a whole fight. So we ended up a whole thing. So
Wow. He's got a lot of old footage from like the Garden.
Oh, there's a whole
from Boston
story.
Garden. Yeah.
Yeah. You should ask Sheldon about that. He can give you stories.
All right. I'll have to dig in and look a little bit more. Guys, thanks for coming on. Hugo.
Thank you.
You talk too much, man.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Russ. Definitely some
that's all
interesting
right,
times.
man. Guys, really, thanks again. We'll do this. We'll do one by one. How's that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Peace.